Don't be afraid to cut off some people. You see, a lot of times in life, many people, even a lot of people who call themselves Christians, they tend to tolerate disrespect from other people. They tend to tolerate abuse. They tend to tolerate being used by people and letting their own so-called friends and family disrespect them. You see, in this walk with God and in life, you gotta realize that you ain't gotta tolerate disrespect from people. Not everybody's meant to be in your life. If you're around people and they keep disrespecting you, guys a lot of time let those people go. Especially if you talk to them about it. If you talk to a person about disrespecting you, they choose to keep going with it, you gotta let those people go. Because they're a cancer to your life. They bring nothing but destruction to your life. You want people who are gonna motivate you. You want positive people around you who are gonna want to encourage you and bring you to the next level and want to help motivate you in life. You see, me, if I got a friend, I want my friend to be winning. I want my family member to be winning. I'll never discourage a person. If a person tell me they want to start this and start that, as long as it's good, I will support them. If I have a friend who wants to start his own business, I'll support him 100%. If I got a wife and she wants to start her own, if she wants to go back to school and get her master's or PhD, I will support her. You want to be around positive people. People who are going to encourage you. People who are going to speak life over you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand that life and death is in the power of the tongue. You see, what people choose to say about you is powerful. If a person speaks positive over your life, that is powerful. Because those words can manifest. But then at the same time, if a person chooses to speak negative about you, those words can also manifest. That's why a lot of times when you're praying, you should always rebuke evil words that's being spoken against you, because you don't know what people say about you behind your back. That's why a lot of times people, they're successful. They're on their way to great things and all of a sudden they fall. You know why? Because a lot of times people speaking negative about them. A lot of times it's those same family members and friends who have nothing good to say about them. Those family members and friends, they probably laugh in your face. They probably talk to you. They smile in your face like they're your friend. But then behind closed doors, they're wolves. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Behind closed doors, they're evil. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful who you surround yourself with. You need positive people in your life. You see me, I don't hang around negative people. Negative people, they have no part. You see, when I see a person start acting funny, I cut them off. I go about my business. You know why? Because you gotta be understanding in this life that you gotta have good people in your circle. Who's in your circle matters. The type of people you associate with matters. Because there's an old saying that birds of a feather flock together. When you're around people and you guys are all and you're around nothing but negative people, when people see you hanging with them, they're gonna associate you with one of them. You might be saying, "Oh, I'm not like that. I'm not negative. I'm not like my friends." But the fact that you choose to hang with them will give people the wrong impression. No different than if a person hangs with nothing but drug dealers. When the police come to pull up, they're not going to say, "Oh, so-and-so, he not a drug dealer. He not like them." No. They're going to arrest all of you because they're going to associate everybody as being together. See what I'm saying? If I see a person and they hang with nothing but criminals, I'm going to assume that that person is a criminal too. Unless I end up finding out otherwise. But in the beginning, I'm going to have my eye on them, because why would you hang around people while you not hang around a person if you're not like them? See what I'm saying? So if you're on nothing but negative people, that would also draw you to always become a negative person. Because the Bible makes it clear that bad company corrupts good morals. The type of people you choose to hang around can corrupt you as a person. But nevertheless, be careful who you choose to associate with. You do not be afraid to cut people off. Not everybody's meant to be in your life. Look at the story of Jesus. Jesus has so many people chasing behind him. He had many people want to chase him behind him. Even the rich boy came to him and said that he wants to be part of Jesus' crew. He wants to be part of Jesus' disciples. He said he will follow Jesus. Guess what Jesus did? He put him to a test. He said, "Sell everything you have, and then your riches will be in heaven." Then the boy didn't want to do that. You see, many people, they profess Jesus with their mouth, but they were not willing to do it for him. That's why he picked the 12 disciples. Because the 12 disciples, they were in it for a kingdom of heaven. The 12 disciples, they were in it for God. They were not in it for selfish gain. They were in it because they wanted to be in it, because their heart was in it. And you want to be around people who are going to motivate you. You want to be around people who are going to want to see you succeed. You see, anytime you see a person speaking negative about you, pay attention to that. Because a lot of times people are brushed off. They're just like, "Oh, I'm just joking with you. It ain't that serious. I'm just messing with you, man. You know we're good friends." A lot of time, pay attention to people's jokes. Because a lot of time, people's jokes have reality. They have real meaning behind them. There's truth behind them. If a person is saying, "Oh, you're fat and lazy. Oh, I'm just messing with you, please." A lot of time, they're saying that because that's what they have in their heart towards you. Because that's probably how they see you as a person. So nevertheless, you ain't got to tolerate disrespect. Even as a follower of Christ, you ain't got to tolerate disrespect. because you gotta be around people who God wants in your life. Let me tell you something. When God places godly friends in your life, those godly friends are gonna want to take you to the next level. They gonna want to see you win, because iron sharpen iron. You both bring each other to another level. You both encourage each other to be a better version of yourselves. You both want to see each other succeed. That's the type of people you want in your life. But nevertheless, guys, just keep an eye on who's in your circle. Just watch who's in your circle and watch the type of words that people say about you. You see, it baffles me because so many people in society, I see them hanging with negative people all the time. I've seen people speak bad about their own friends in front of other people who are strangers. You know how embarrassing that is? Your own so-called friends dissing you in front of strangers. That's not a good look. That's embarrassing. Why would you want to go through that as a person? Why would you want to subject yourself to that? Many people oftentimes are afraid to cut people off because sometimes people are lonely. People want to be around, people can't be by themselves. Listen, you got to learn how to be by yourself, because guess what? If you choose not to cut people off, those people can cut themselves out of your life. They can leave your life at any minute. You might be saying, oh no, I'll just give it some time. You know, me and this person are good friends. I can't do it. No, but guess what? God can remove them for your sake. God can allow them to cut you off for your sake. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's best to remove a person from your life, because if you don't do it, then God might do it for you. See, and you gotta learn how to be by yourself, because at any minute people could easily say, oh, I don't want to be in your life no more. I don't want to be around you no more. That's how you gotta learn how to love yourself as a person. That's how you gotta learn how to love yourself and know how to be by yourself. You see me? Even though I got friends, I don't mind being by myself. You see, for people, all the time, people have to make fun of people who are homebodies and people have to keep their distance. No, you see me? I don't mind being by myself. I don't mind keeping my distance away from certain people. You see me? I don't hang with everybody. And I'll tell you that straight up. I don't want to be friends with everybody. I don't want everybody to know who I am as a person. I don't want everybody in my crew. I could have 1,000 people who say, Brandon, what's up? But if there's 1,000 people, only like 2 of them might be my true friends. Only 2 of them I might really talk to on a personal level. Because I don't want to be friends with everybody. I already know not everybody got your best interests. Not everybody really care about you like that. You got people who say they care about you, but then they'll have the opposite intentions. They'll have negative feelings towards you as a person. That's like me. I keep my eye. I'll watch you as a person. I'll evaluate you. I'll use the discernment and the gift that God gave me. I will evaluate you through my eyes, through my spiritual gift for discernment, to see if you're meant to be in my life. If you're meant to be, then you will stay. We'll rock with each other and we help strengthen each other as people. But if you're not meant to be in my life, I'm gonna keep my distance. I'm gonna go about my business. I'm gonna cut you off. I remember when I first came into God when I was 16. I came into God when I was 16. I came in deeper. But when I was 17, I was going to my senior year of high school. You know what I did? I cut off my friends. I cut off most of my friends because I know that those people, they cannot strengthen me as a person. They cannot help take me to the next level, because iron sharpen iron. My friends, a lot of them were worldly and they were not going to change. So I had to just cut them off and just go after what God had for me. And guess what? I ended up meeting godly people who helped strengthen me, who helped bring me to another level. A lot of the godly people I met, from my own family members to friends, to my godly friends now, they help take me to another level. You see what I'm saying? You want people to help take you to another level. That's why those worldly friends I had in high school, I kept my distance from them. I cut them off, went about my business. And guess what? One of those even worldly friends sometimes used to even speak negative about me. And guess what? I'm around nothing but positive people today. You see, when you cut something off that's not good for you, God will bless you with something even better. He'll bless you with something positive, something that's going to help uplift your life. That's why you shouldn't be afraid to let go of old things that's not serving you no good purpose anymore. That's why you shouldn't be afraid to let go of friends who are not good friends, to let go of so-called good friends, I should say, who are nothing but negative people. You shouldn't be afraid of that, because God will bless you with people who are much better. God will give you a real blessing. You see, when you lose something that's old, you get something that's new. No different than when you buying a car. When you have an old car for years that's not working no more, guess what? You go to a dealership, you probably get another used car that's even better, or you get you a brand new car that's working great. Same thing. God will bless you with people that will be even better than your old friends. Be better than the people that you speak negative about you. Because nowadays people like to just talk negative about their own people. How you friends with somebody, you speaking negative on them? How your own family member speaking negative on you? That's what you gotta evaluate as a person. But you can't just hang around everybody. Some people are not meant to be in your life. It don't make no sense you holding on to people. Especially if you profess to be a Christian. Because even the Bible says that if you're friends with the world, your enemy is with God. Old wine and new wine cannot mix together. Light and darkness cannot mix together. That's why sometimes it trips me out when I see people who are Christians and they hang out with nothing but worldly people. It's one thing if those people are looking to change and give their lives to Christ, but if they were looking to stay the same and stay in sin, then what's the point of you hanging around them? You basically become lukewarm because bad company corrupts good morals. Eventually, over time, you might start to become like them. The next thing you know, you might end up stop believing in God altogether. But nevertheless, guys, I hope this message encouraged you, uplift you, and just have a blessed day, all right? Take care, guys. Stay blessed.